I'd say a leader that doesn't think they need to be coached probably needs one more than anybody. So,
What we look for is people who are invested in the future. They believe that they can make a difference. They may be struggling at the moment, but they see that there's a need for something bigger than them. They feel the burden of the organization. I mean, they feel like I care about this, and so it weighs me down.
I think any leader faces very hard, gut-wrenching, sleep-losing decisions at some point. I think having somebody to share those sorts of things with is extremely valuable.
Every day, there seems to be something that I'm not an expert in, right? So you're a sounding board for me and you give me encouragement, and it's not always that I don't know what to do, but you can make me think kind of outside of the box and outside of my small world, and really push me to think, what is the best thing for the company?
There's a lot of concern and worry, and am I doing the right things? And there's these situations showing up. How do I honor the people and their needs and the business and its needs when they are in conflict? What do I do about that? And so helping them wrestle through that and feel like a safe place where they can say stuff with us. So we get to help them effectively work through that, react with us so they can respond with the team.
A lot of what the Trebuchet Group teaches you, I think, is leading you to conclusions that were innate within you, but you couldn't find without a little bit of help. Especially the one-on-one coaching I've had is that in these cases, Chris doesn't attempt to remake me into something I'm not, or something that I'm uncomfortable being. I think he can find within you a seed to build off of that you can then improve to make a positive change in your management style.
Transitioning to the virtual was a big deal. We've always met in person, right? So your coaching hasn't changed at all. Trebuchet Group's coaching is top notch in my opinion. If anything, I'm meeting more often online with you, so I think that's very helpful.
Since most people are working at home, we're in a more intimate space. You know, the office is one thing where you're like, okay, but you know, you go in the office, you kind of put on the role, you put on the thing that I'm here, I'm the CEO, I'm the general manager, whatever. We're talking one-on-one. We're very personal, it's in our personal space, and we can be very open.
2020 has had a huge impact on everyone. There's kind of ups and downs and ups and downs, and I personally believe, since I've been working with Chris for so long, that I've been somewhat more prepared for that. I've had a person to talk to about it and somebody to kind of help walk me through it. And so I can only imagine a leader out there that doesn't have somebody like Chris to talk to, how lonely they feel, how overwhelmed they probably feel.
I think people are more lonely. And I would say the leaders are more lonely because the feedback that normally came, because people don't come up and say, hey, great job, leader, unless they're looking for promotion. You don't get a lot of feedback. So leaders are constantly looking for, like, how's it going? What are people doing? What's the vibe here? We have no vibe. Like, it's not there because we're all in these little boxes. So I think what we're trying to do is really, again, have those real conversations about stuff that matters. And when people can express what matters to them and they don't get shut down and they're heard and encouraged, that makes them feel like this is a place that honors me, and I can honor other people because of that.
Once upon a time, I didn't want to do any video calls, right? I wanted to do a conference call. After some experience, I've become a huge fan, right? I mean, you know, it makes all the difference in the world.
Again, the virtual interactions, because we're on opposite sides of the country, doesn't seem to be a hindrance at all. There's this notion around the organization when somebody starts to go through their own personal development. When do I get my turn with Hutch? When do I get with the Trebuchet folks? There's a line of people that just want their turn because they do see it effective. They see how others are growing and they want a part of it.
Even when I think there's nothing bothering me or there's nothing more I can learn that particular day, he has a very unique way of being able to identify different areas where you can talk and find areas that, you know what, maybe this is something I can improve on, or you know what, this has been bothering me. How would we look at it a little bit differently? Taking the time to actually still make sure that, you know what, let's still have a conversation, but I'm not going to push you. I want to compliment the organization and Chris on that, because that's where you continue to show your value, not only to myself, but my leadership team, but also to Infineon.
I think the value of Trebuchet is becoming a better leader over time and figuring out who you are, where you want to go, and the small steps that you need to take each and every day to get there.
I just hope leaders feel that there's hope and there's possibility, not magical thinking, but really there is a way to get around the obstacles you're looking at, and finding some support to go do that is going to help you, your company, and the world.